Brothers, sisters, and everybody out there who sees this. My name's Zane Munro. I'm originally from West Auckland. I grew up in New Lynn. I currently live and work in Melbourne. Um, I'm the founder, the face, and the movement, I guess, behind For All the Brothers. So we're a small Instagram page which is focused on men's mental health and bettering the men in our community through conversation and just removing that stigma that is around men, our emotions, our wellness, and our mental health. First of all, we'll start from the start. I moved to Melbourne 8 years ago. I moved here by myself. I had no friends, I had no family. You put those things into a little blender and mix them up, it's a combination for something no good for somebody who already felt alone in life. I spent the first 2 to 3 years here by myself, without friends, without family, and pretty much not being able to understand what I was feeling or to be able to express what I was feeling. I turned to certain vices, which was drugs and alcohol. They never helped me. That was a given. I knew that what I was doing wasn't helping me. If anything, it was probably making things worse. Fast forward a few years, I got to the point where, this is going back probably 6 years now, I got to the point where I would sit there at night by myself in an apartment and contemplate removing myself from this world, or ending my life, we should say. I felt that at that point in time that my life wasn't worthy, that the feelings that I was feeling were how my life was going to be. I didn't realise that it was me feeling that way. It wasn't all the outsiders, it wasn't all my friends, it wasn't my family, it was nobody else in this world, it was how I was feeling. I would use those feelings or those thoughts that I was having, and I would take them out on myself through abusive drugs and alcohol, but I would also take them out on others by not letting others into my life, which is a catch-22. Because I didn't want anyone near me, there was no one there to hear my story. I've always been aware of my mental health or my mental wellness, but I'd never actually been aware to the point where I wanted to change or I wanted to fix the things that I was feeling. I myself have never found that a person in a suit with a clipboard and a questionnaire asking me about things in my life or what I am feeling has or will help me in any way. I'm not saying that it isn't for everybody, but for me, a traditional type of therapist wasn't something that I was looking at doing. I myself really just wanted a friend. I wanted somebody who looked like me, who talked like me, who acted like me, and who was just another man, to literally step up and be like, bro, are you all good? Is everything okay? If I'd had that 5, 6, 7 years ago, my life would have been completely different back then. I started For All the Brothers because I just wanted to be that voice. I wanted to be that change in men, and I really wanted just to step up, and those feelings and thoughts that I had previously been through, I never wanted another man to go through those things and experience those things by himself, or to feel that he is alone and that he doesn't feel worthy. I had my son 2 years ago. When my son was born, I went through a small bout of postnatal depression. I know that most people think that only happens in females. I'm here to prove you wrong. That shit happens in men too. I sat back and I didn't feel as though myself as a man, I was worthy. My wife's attention had gone from me to my son. That was me feeling insecure again. That was me not dealing with my shit. I worked through those things. I had some conversations with a couple of other people who had been in the same situation, and they really helped me through those things. But knowing that I have felt these things, I have had suicidal thoughts in the past. I've never acted on them, just so everyone knows that. I've never acted on them, but I've had those thoughts. I've had those feelings, and I've had that deep depression where I felt that I wasn't worthy. My son was born. I never wanted him to feel that way. I never wanted him to experience what I had experienced. I never wanted him to feel like I had felt, and I never wanted him to feel like he was alone. I wanted to create this page so that other brothers who are currently either feeling the same, who have felt the same in the past, or know that there's something happening in their life which may make them feel the same. I wanted to create this page so that we could create a community and a brotherhood of men. When we have men that work together, we feel empowered, we feel accepted, and we feel as though we matter. Um, Speaking to another brother who looks like me, who talks like me, and acts like me, that's where the fucking real work happens for me. I know that that brother isn't going to judge me, and I know that he's not going to second guess the thoughts or the feelings that I was having or I am having. Truthfully, in running this page, it hasn't been all highs. There's been a lot of lows. It's when you're talking about your vulnerability, or you're expressing your feelings, your thoughts, your emotions, the past traumas, the experiences you've been through, it does take its toll. It seriously does. But each and every time that I voice something from the past, or I voice a feeling, I can see the growth that's happening. I can see other men being empowered, and I can see a true change coming in the world. It isn't about men being tough, strong, fucking masculine men. We can be all those things. We can be all those things. But it comes down to dealing with the shit that's in our head. Because if we don't deal with that shit that's in our head, how the hell are we going to progress in any other part of our life? I know that when things aren't right with me mentally, it takes its toll physically. I don't feel like I want to go to work. I don't feel like I want to get up. I don't feel like I want to be the best version of myself. I've explored certain types of therapy. Breathwork is a big thing for me. It's something that I can't praise enough. My breathwork journeys have taken me back to when I was a kid. They've taken me back to breathwork has been a true saviour for me. But also the brothers that I surround myself with. I surround myself nowadays with men who are open-minded, who speak on their troubles, who speak on their problems, and who speak on those hard times. Because it isn't about the good times. It's the good times are there, but those bad times are the things that we need to face. Because if we don't face those bad times, then those good times mean nothing at all. My goal is to remove the stigma around men and mental health, to make it common, to make it normal, and to make it a general conversation between the brothers. We can sit down and have our beers as boys, but one of those conversations we should be having while we're sitting around having those beers is, how the fuck was your week? How are you feeling? How's things at home? How have you been dealing with what's happening in the world at the moment? Literally, those small little questions spark a conversation that can snowball and can create some massive change in the way that men think and the way that men see things. You're here for me. We're all in this together. And brothers, it isn't weak to speak. It's not less manly to front up about your emotions or your feelings. And to be honest, the second you speak about them, they're into the universe. That's when you can start the real healing and you can start working on yourself. It isn't weak. Let's be brothers.